from the home of the Angels for nearly a half-century. There's a look inside Angels Stadium of Anaheim. Today, a matchup out of the American League Western Division between the Seattle Mariners and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next.
Angel.
Dylan Bundy, a right-hander from the Sooner State, gets the starting assignment here. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, getting a look at Dylan Bundy, this guy's made some changes throughout his career. Former first-round draft pick out of high school from the state of Oklahoma. Started his career in the bullpen, has made the switch to the starting rotation. Good fastball, doesn't throw as hard as he did early in his career. Keeps the ball in the ballpark pretty well and throws strikes. If he's throwing strikes, he has a chance to pitch well in this one.
There to take it is Trout, and that's out number 1.
Batting second, the first baseman, number 12.
And here's a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Seattle Mariners. Dan Plesac, who are you focused on?
Matt, Evan White is a guy they're looking for to turn things around. You know how bad he was last month? He hit 200 on the nose. Not a lot of guys can stay in the lineup when they're struggling this bad, so we're hoping to see that he can figure this thing out soon.
And here he is, right on cue. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2.
Wow.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Great afternoon for baseball here. 71 degrees, the temperature at first pitch. Here comes the 1-2. Is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
That's a pretty unique pitch sequence, guys. Usually pitching is all about mixing pitches and location, but he threw that all out the window to get that strikeout. He offered the same pitch 3 times in a row, so I guess he sort of used that reverse psychology to outthink his opponent.
Standing in now, Sam Haggerty. Popped him up. Iglesias is there. He handles it easily, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners. M's nothing. Angels coming up. It's Major League Baseball on the show. James Paxton will be on the mound for the series opener. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft. You can go in and out. And anytime you have 4 pitches, if you can throw them for strikes, you have the big advantage.
First offering.
Fletcher.
As he'll watch one miss down and in for a ball, 1-0. Fellas, the Mariners entering play here this afternoon. They come in scuffling a bit of late, just 2-4 over their last 6 games.
Yeah, Matty, they got beat up on the home.
Here's a swing and a long drive high in the air and deep to center field. And he's going to have room to put this one away, and that's the first out. Here's a look now at the Angels starting lineup. Dero, give us what you have on this lineup as they start a new series.
Well, Matty, this team can do one thing very well. This lineup leads the league in home runs, and that's why people pay the price of admission. They want to see the long ball. Everybody loves home runs, and it's exactly what this lineup gives you. They get count leverage 1-0, 2-0, 3-1. Don't look for that base hit the other way. They are trying to turn and burn.
Jose Iglesias is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1. That average coming in right at 300 on the nose. 11 home runs and the RBI count at 35. Heading out towards shallow right. Waiting on it is Hennigan. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Next to dig in, Mike Trout. First shot for him here as he comes in currently leading the junior circuit in hitting.
What a season this guy's having. He leads the league in on-base percentage, so he's mixing in some hits. He's also drawing some walks. A great combo. Any way you slice it, this guy knows how to get on base.
What a well-executed fastball right there, down and away. If you're going to do any damage with that pitch, you have to think up the middle the other way, and you have to be diving and leaning out over that thing.
Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact. Inside for a ball as he falls behind to it here. 3-1. Anthony Rendon would be next. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Angels center fielder.
Hey, this pitcher better be careful right here. My man at the plate is not trying to push something to the opposite field.
Now a big swing by the crowd, and he connects on this one. That's out to deep left field. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning.
22号か。
It's a solo home run here for Mike Trout, number 22 on the year, as the Angels take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, we always talk about how important it is to spot your starter or run it to early in the game, and he does just that, blasting a no-doubt bomb that serves notice. They're going to be swinging with the wood here. No better way to get the home crowd into it right out of the gates.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound.
まずは話し合いで。
In now is Anthony Rendon. As he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1. He's got the average up to 307 here, 13 home runs and 31 RBIs. Behind 0-2 now. 0-2 count, and the pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line, and that will end up a foul ball. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Popped him up. Moore moving to his left. And he makes the catch to retire the side. Angels strike for 1, and it comes on this solo home run. Second inning coming up, and the Halos are off to an early 1-0 lead. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Kyle Lewis. And he comes in as a player to watch out for, hitting well over 300 on the season. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. These Angels, as they enter play here this afternoon, fellas, they come off another loss last time out, and in fact, they've dropped 3 of their last 4.
Yeah, Matty, these players got in their cars today to drive to the stadium, focused on one thing. Not who was going to be the hero, just the fact that they needed a W, and that one of their teammates, whether it's them or someone else, has to come up with a big knock.
Now the 2-1 pitch. And he grooves the fastball there. This is hit high and deep out to straightaway center field. See you later. Over the wall, a home run.
カイル・ルイス16号。
So it's a solo shot to dead center. Home run number 16 for him on the year. And the Mariners have come back to make this a 1-1 game.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
Batter will be Shed Long Jr. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He comes in with that average down in the 240s, 7 homers and 15 RBIs. Not quite reaching 90 with the fastball, but it's 1-1 now. And there is our officiating crew in this one, calling balls and strikes, Mr. Freddie Ferguson.
Hey, D-Row, you better be ready to swing, particularly at that low pitch. Freddie Ferguson, low ball umpire.
Yeah, it makes it tough on the offense. I was a guy who liked the low ball, but that usually means those guys are susceptible to that slider in the dirt. You have to see the ball up, and this guy doesn't give you a chance.
So we got him looking there. Shed Long Jr. goes down to become the first out here in the second inning.
Johnny Walton.
Into the box now, Donnie Walton. Big swing, but he just gets a piece of it. Strike 1. He'll start play with that average down in the low 230s. 3 homers and 16 RBIs. And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike 2. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a
上がりすぎか。
chance. Back goes Trout. On the warning track, he makes the catch. Stepping in now is Mitch Haniger, looking for better results than last night when he went 0 for 4 in that one. As he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. He's able to take the ball the other way here. High and deep to right center. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A solo home run for Mitch Haniger. Home run number 9 on the year as the Mariners have now taken a 2-1 lead.
Another excellent swing right there. That's multiple home runs in the same inning. Watch yourself. You're missing over the heart of the plate.
Stepping in now, Dylan Moore.
The second baseman.
As he can't catch up on a fastball to letters, and it's strike 1. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Into the corner and slicing foul. Fouled away. He'll try again. 1-2.
Having a hard time putting this hitter away here, and when I was looking at the tape on him from his last start, this is what I saw a lot of. He's not closing the door on guys, and when that's the case,
a swing and a miss that retires the side, and that will do it. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. It's the Mariners 2 and the Angels 1. And now here is Kurt Suzuki, the head-to-head with James Paxton. 2 hits in 7 tries. And there's a swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch to start him out. 0-1. A ball and a strike to count to Suzuki. Ball and 2 strikes to the Angels catcher.
結構低め取りよるな。
Hammered the other way to deep right field. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases.
意外に伸びる。
And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
that was a great job of driving that ball, extending his arms very well, was able to get it over the right fielder's head, one hopping it off the wall for an easy double. That's one of those solid hits that you don't even feel coming off the bat.
At the plate now, Jared Walsh. Looked like he went around that time. They'll appeal down to third, and yes, sir, it's strike 1.
あ、やばい。
And hang on, it looks like a balk will be called here, and that's going to move the runner up 90 feet to third with still nobody out. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Suzuki at third with nobody out. And it's fouled away.
いやー、球やけど外れてる。
That's a good take there on that 0-2 fastball just missed. He must have a really good eye at the plate.
Chopped weakly to the left. Hit to short. He's got it. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
まあ1点はしょうがない。
The left fielder.
And now for the Angels, Justin Upton.
さあ、アップさん。
First pitch on its way to Upton. As he'll take strike 1 on the inside corner. Oh,
ああ、持っ
forget
てかれ
about
た。
this one.
アップさ
Baba Booey.
やりますな。
Gone.
15号か。
Justin Upton with a solo home run. Home run number 15 for him thus far, and the Angels move out to a 3-2 lead.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows you got to start with the numero uno, number one, man. You got to get on the heater and adjust to everything else, and he did just that.
Batting in, the designated hitter.
And next up will be Franklin Barreto. He'll try to bunt his way on as he gets this one down. Throw to first will get him as he bounce on it quickly to snuff out the bunt attempt.
Batting ninth.
Here's Dexter Fowler now.
Dexter Fowler.
Axton has his sign. Here's the first pitch. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1.
まあよう打れ
Two
るな
out, nobody on. Fouled off. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Lewis gets there for the catch, and that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs here on 2 hits, with one of them being the home run. We've played 2 full. Angels lead it 3-2.
Welcome back to Anaheim, where the hometown Halos have given these fans a lot to cheer about from the pitching mound this season. They enter the day near the top of the league in strikeouts, so this is a pitching staff that possesses a lot of dominant arms. One of them told me, the talent and pure stuff on this team is ridiculous. So as long as we're going after the hitters and commanding our pitches in the right spots, we'll have a lot of success. Most of the time that's the case, and that's because we trust in our abilities. It's pretty clear these guys are some of the best around at keeping the opposition off balance. Matt?
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
France.
So here now is Ty France. And as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws than he does against right-handers. First pitch of the AB now.
Hey, I don't blame him for giving up on that curveball. That was a rainbow coming out of the sky. Stole a strike.
Now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
Got him to chase after the curveball below the zone there. That was a really nice pitch, and it can be a really tough one to lay off of as a hitter.
Breaking ball, and he gets him to chase it in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. France is retired, and there's one away. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you can see, he's right up there, 4th in the AL in that category. And that'll bring in Tom Murphy. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here's the first pitch. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1. Hit high and deep to right center. On the move is Fowler. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. Next to hit, Evan White struck out in his first at-bat. Pitch on the way. And a good slider here to start the at-bat, but it's ruled a ball. 1-0. And he grooves the fastball there. This is hit high and deep out to straightaway center field. Off the rocks and gone. So it's a solo shot to dead center. Home run number 5 on the year. And the Mariners have come back to tie it at 3.
Man, this has been a rough one for this guy so far. That's the 3rd homer he's allowed today. He better start keeping the ball down in the strike zone, or
ランダ
that
戦
total might continue to rise.
Now
To the
back,
plate now,
the
Sam
second
Haggerty.
Sam.
As he'll take a look at ball one. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Oh, pretty healthy hack that time. It's 1-1. Sure took a healthy hack that time.
Man, hard to understand why a guy who runs so well would take such a big hack like that one.
Now
Ah.
swing and he pops him up. This is right out in front of the mound. And Suzuki able to make the catch, and that ends the inning. One for the Mariners, and it comes on this solo home run. We played 2.5, and we are all tied at 3 apiece. Bottom of the inning now, and set to go is the second baseman, David Fletcher.
The second baseman, David.
As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's
あれが
ball
ボー
one.
ル。
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Now the pitch. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
And that's the first out.
The batter,
So
number
there's the
4.
first out here in the Angels'
Shortstop,
third, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Jose Iglesias. Hard ground ball to third. He's right
あっ
there.
さりと。
And very quickly there, they're 2 gone to start the inning. So the bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that brings up Mike Trout. First pitch on the way.
Super important situation right here for the pitcher to go 1-2-3. Get back in the dugout, regroup. He struggled early, but if he can knock out this 1-2-3 inning, I think he can right the ship.
The 1-1.
あ
Hammered the
ー
other way to
持って
deep
かれた
right
か
field. Looking up is
2打
Henniger.
席連続かーい。やるな。
A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His second of the game as they take the lead 4-3.
Wow, nothing more demoralizing than giving up 3 home runs in the first 3 innings of a game. There's having a guy's number, and then there's absolutely owning him. This could be the latter.
よう垂れるな。キリがない。
And digging in next will be Anthony Rendon. As the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. Flew out in his only at-bat so far. Behind 0-2 now. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he fouls this one off.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good.
Hot shot to first base and a great play to end the inning. Angels do get one, however, on the Mike Trout home run. We're through 3 here in Southern California. It's now 4-3 Angels. All set for the start of the 4th. And digging in is the outfielder, Kyle Lewis.
Well, Matty, we know he's got the timing on the fastball locked in. That's what he got a hold of on that home run in the previous at-bat. You do not come off the heater. Have to be leery of the off-speed, but stay on the fastball. He's got to throw it again.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Foul tip held onto behind the plate at strike 2.
Man, it's a pitcher you have to love pitching 0-2. Multiple ways, up, down, in and out, throw the breaking ball. A lot of different ways to get guys out.
Change up, and he ain't buying it. 1-2. just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2.
Regardless of the result right here, to be down 0-2 and work it back to an even count, gotta feel like it's a win for the offense.
Hot shot on the ground is
Yeah.
short. Throw to first in time. One gone here in the fourth. Striding forward now is the DH, Shedlong Jr. 0 for 1, went down looking his first time up.
Yeah, in today's game, certainly don't get completely
あ
reprimanded
あ、
for
取ら
too
れ
many
た。お
strikeouts.
っとおっと、
Oh,
どこ
but
投
the
げたん
feed to
や。
the pitcher is
入る
offline.
か入らんか。
And he's
これ
gonna
は
make it up to second base safely as he's in there. My
ま
word.
さか
Now,
のエ
you
ラ
see
ー。
some throwing errors sometimes, but you don't see them from the second baseman that often. Looked like he was trying to aim it instead of throwing it, and the result is an E4.
At the plate, Donnie Walton, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. A ball and a strike. Runs coming fast and furious here. 4-3 our score as we play the fourth. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Trout is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now.
Right fielder,
Mitch Haniger the next to bat. A base knock to the outfield could score the tying run from second.
He turned around that fastball and drove it out of the park in his previous at-bat, so there's got to be a good chance they mix it up right here on him and try and go off speed.
As he connects on the first pitch with a fly ball to center, Trout has a read on it, and he's got it for the final out of the frame. 1 left for Seattle. Score holds at 4-3. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and that'll bring in the veteran catcher, Kurt Suzuki.
the catcher, Kurt
うん。
Suzuki.
3弦か。
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
Well, it's been a rough one so far. 4 runs through 3 innings. It's about time to get that pitch count down, or he won't be out here very long.
The 0-1 pitch. And it's 1-1. And this one runs a little too far in. Ball 2.
うん。
Hey, after the double in his first at-bat, looks like he's trying to pitch around this guy a little bit.
Oh, he took a big swing at that one as this is driven out to deep left center
よう
field.
打たれるな。
And this one is
あかんな、これ。
gone. A home run.
打たれすぎやな。
So a solo shot there from Kurt Suzuki. 8th home run on the season for him, and it's now 5-3. This one has turned into a slugfest of Ruthian proportions. 7 combined big flies. Do you guys remember seeing anything like that in a while?
Dan Plesac, somebody please stop the bleeding. This pitching staff on both sides are getting absolutely embarrassed.
This is one of those days, D-Row, when you sit and watch this game as a bullpen. You see this starting to
こんなに打たれると
unfold
は。
on both sides of the plate. This is one as a bullpen guy. You're sitting out there going, oh, Mr. Wizard, I don't want to be a pitcher today.
よいしょ。
In now, Jared Walsh. As he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
まだスタミナあんねや。こんだけ打たれるときついな。
The windup and the 0-1. Fly ball right down the line and left. After it is Lewis, and the Angels just won't let up as this is going to be good for extra bases. And they'll keep it going here as he's in with a double.
さすがに変える
Everyone knows
か。
that this guy's numbers are not where he wants them to be so far this year, but you never know by that swing. He looked fluid and confident, driving that pitch for a double. We'll see if that gets him going a bit.
Here comes the Seattle skipper on his way to the mound, and he's going to make a move as that's going to be all for his starter this afternoon. So he'll depart early here this afternoon, and you have to figure he will not be thrilled with his performance in this one. Anthony Misevich answers the call from the pen here in the fourth as they didn't get the outing they were hoping for from their starter. Here's Justin Upton now as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball one. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Angels so far. A 2-0 count to the Angels left fielder.
Hey, always a good idea to take a couple of pitches when you're facing a young arm like this one. And now he's put himself in a real good hitter's count.
2-1 the count. A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. Hard ground ball to third. A dive, and he knocks it down.
間に合わんか。
But they will not get an out on the play as he beats the throw to first, and there are 2 on to start the inning
と
now.
無理やな。
Designated hitter, Franklin Barreto.
Into the box now, Franklin Barreto, as he'll take a breaking ball and off the plate for ball one. 1-1 to Franklin Barreto.
When you're hitting at the bottom of the order, you better be keyhole in the middle of the plate. You cannot allow pitches like that to go by.
In the dirt here, runners may have thought about it, but they'll stay put, and the count moves to 2-1. Walsh over at second. Upton on at first with nobody out. Now the 2-1 pitch. Out in front here is this one scorched foul to the left. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
This is a pitch I think we'll see a lot from him in this game. The cutter darting in on the hitters in the opposite batter's box. It can be a real effective pitch when it's located well, and that one was right there.
So now to the plate, Dexter Fowler. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. First and second now, 1 man out. 1-1 the count. This one's hit deep out to left center field. And that'll get down out there for extra bases.
2点入る
And
か。
a relay to the plate. And not in time as the second run
打
scores.
ちまくりやな。
This thing was a double or more the second it left his bat. He really drove it well, and it ended up one-hopping the wall out there. And more importantly, he picks up 2 RBI along the way.
Standing in now, David Fletcher. A shot down the first baseline. And he'll take this one to the bag for the out, but meanwhile the runner will move up 90 feet to third base. Now into the box, Jose Iglesias, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Now a little looper down the left field line, and that's going to get the job done. It's a base hit, and the runner scores from third as they extend their lead.
The center fielder, number 27, Mike.
And that'll bring Mike Trout to the dish.
これで打たれたらこのピッチャーあかんな。
Well, I think he's got to find a way out of this
まあす
jam
で
and
にあ
limit the
かんけ
damage.
ど、
If he's unable to do that, this game
こ
could
の
get away
回
from
は
him.
抑える
Counts even
と
to Trout, 1-1. And here's a pitch swung on and missed, 1-2 now.
あ
Takes
あ、
a
また持
big
ってい
swing
かれ
at
た。
that one as this one's lifted high
ど
in
ん
the
だ
air
け
and
持っ
deep
てい
out
か
to
れんの。
left field. Gone
3
into
打
the
席連
home
続ホーム
bullpen
ラン。
for a home run.
すげえな。
Two-run shot that time for Mike Trout. His 3rd home run of the ball game, as this is now a 7-run ball game.
4回で10点って。
Well, talk about having a day. 3 home runs in 1 game. We've heard about the hat trick in hockey, but it's awfully hard to do that in a baseball game.
結局抑えれずか。や
Domingo
ばいな。
Tapia gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Into the box, Anthony Rendon. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. And he lays off for ball 1.
7点はきついな。
The 1-1 home is taken for ball 2. Lofted in the air out toward right center. He's under it, and that ends the inning.
いやーな。
But they managed to bat around as 9 men come to the plate and 6 of them score. We played 4 full. It's the Angels 10 and the Mariners 3. Digging in will be Dylan Moore. He'll start off the 5th in this one.
If you look at their win percentage or something like that right now, gotta be honest, the odds are obviously stacked against them. But I'm looking for them to show me something right here. Maybe they get back in this game. Maybe they don't. But I want to see what kind of at-bats they put together. This is where you have to lock in as a team. Every guy has to go up to the plate and have a good, productive AB to get this team going.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. On the move is Trout. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning.
Now batting, third baseman, Ty.
To the plate now, Ty France. Liner towards second.
Oh,
That's his first base hit, making 1 for 2 now.
The catcher, number 2, Tom Murphy.
At the plate, Tom Murphy. As he will swing at the
し
first pitch and line this one into left center, and that's going to get down for extra bases.
1点いくやろ。
France rounds third and is digging for the plate.
よ
He'll
っしゃ。
score easily as they inch back
こ
here,
の
but
ピッ
there's
チャーはもう
still a
一
ways
つや
to
な。
go.
Well, when you leave a pitch that high in the zone like that, you have to expect bad things to happen. So instead of a double play
まあ
ball, he gives up a
6点
shot
あ
to
れ
the
ばまだ
outfield,
投
and
げる
that brings
か。
the runner all the way around from first to score.
The next batter will be Evan White.
Ah,
Hit hard up the
抜ける。
middle, and that's through into
さ
center
らに
field
1
base
点
hit.
入
Now
る。
a long throw home. And not in time as he just crosses the plate in time.
先発で5点はきついな。さすがに帰るか。
And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit.
5点あってもこのピッチングじゃな。あれ帰へん。てっきり帰るかと。
In now, Sam Haggerty. A swing and lift a fly ball to right center. On the move is Trout. He makes the running play. 2 down.
まだ帰へんのか。この回は投げろか。
Next to hit is Kyle Lewis.
5回やもんな。最低勝ち投手か。
First pitch of the AB now. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0.
Don't make your manager be the bad guy in this situation. I know you struggled a little bit right here, but you got to find a way to get through this 5th inning and qualify for that win.
A 2-0 count to the Mariners left fielder. Big cut at the 2-0 slider, but he comes up empty. 2-1.
Hey, that was a nasty pitch right there. Ton of rotation on that ball. You could almost see the red dot from up here. Nasty.
And that pitch comes over to catch the corner. It's 2-2 now. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. White is off of first with 2 away. Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. It's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. 8 of their hits have gone for extra bases. So they're not only putting the ball in play and getting on base, they are doing so with authority. And that has this dugout feeling awfully good about themselves, guys.
Thank you, Heidi. Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and that'll bring in the catcher, Kurt Suzuki. First pitch on its way. Fouled away.
これ以上点取られんようにせんと。なんぼでもキリがないな。
swung on and missed there by Suzuki, and he's in trouble now, down 0-2.
I know that feeling. Played 14 years in the big leagues and still can't hit a slider.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. And that is swung on and missed by Suzuki. He's down on strikes for the first out. So here is Jared Walsh, 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. A ball and no strikes. Grounded softly to the right. Fielded cleanly. And that's the 2nd out. Now to bat, Justin Upton. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. First pitch on its way. No plate discipline that time, and he's in the hole now, 0-2.
Hey, he's got excellent stuff working right now. Somebody has to make an adjustment. You're seeing a lot of late swings. No one's getting the front foot down. No one's getting the barrel to the baseball.
And he lays off the fastball away, so it's 2-2 now. 2 out, nobody on. Got him swinging, and that's the 3rd out. Angels are gone in order. They still lead it, though, 10-5. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and that'll bring up Shed Long Jr. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. And it's fouled away.
This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot. Time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
Fouled off. That misses. 1-2. Ball 2.
The classic back foot slider right there with 2 strikes. Usually gets a ton of swing and misses. Nice layoff right there. Fight for another pitch.
3-2, a full count to the Mariners' designated hitter.
From 0-2 to 3-2, what a great at-bat to start this inning off. Hey, this could be a productive inning.
Good battle. Count remains full. Another full count pitch home. Swung on in the dirt. Strike 3. The throw to first is in time. 1 down.
Now batting.
Up next, Donnie Walton. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. First pitch of the AB on its way. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. And Upton's got this one. 2 away now. Now at the plate here is Mitch Haniger. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. 5 runs, 6 hits, and no errors in the game for the Mariners to this point. Just behind the fastball there. 2 strikes now.
Just getting blown away so far. No reason to throw anything else to speed up his bat. Just stay right there.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. And he'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
He went with the off speed there once he got him to 0-2, but now that they both missed, I think we'll see more of a challenge pitch here. You don't have to give in, but you can't be too cute either.
And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. Mariners are down in order. They've got some work to do. It's 10-5. Got some work to do. It's 10-5. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and standing in is the DH, Franklin Barreto.
The designated hitter, Franklin Barreto.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
Whew, that was some gas. Triple digits on the radar gun.
Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. Pitch on the way. Fastball taken inside for a ball. 2-1 now.
This guy uses that 2-seamer to set up his other pitches. 2-seamer in, breaking ball away.
Slider laid off for a ball. Sent on the ground out to second. Scooped up. And there's 1 down now. So with 1 away, a couple of teams out of the AL West doing battle in this one. So let's check out where they sit in the standings entering play here today.
これでも3位なんや。エンジェルス1位か。道理で強いわけか。
Dexter Fowler. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. And he fouls this one off. 1 out, nobody on. And another foul ball. Another one sent foul.
Hey, 3 foul balls in a row right here, searching for that put away stuff.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here.
Hey, have an AB right here. I know it's frustrating the heck out of the pitcher. You keep fouling these pitches off, maybe one misses over the heart of the plate.
Haniger is over near the line now as he makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, David Fletcher. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1.
You know, some guys just don't like pulling the trigger in an 0-0 count. They don't like the ambush tactic. They like to calibrate the speed, maybe pick up the break. They want to know everything your ball does before they pull the trigger.
Yeah, maybe a shot here now with two ways they finally get another base runner on. He stranded 6 in a row prior to this point, so he's had his way with these guys for the past couple of innings.
Jose Iglesias is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Didn't miss by much there, but it's just a bit high.
Those were great takes right there. Those were pitches that a lot of guys normally swing at, but he took both of them and finds himself in a productive count leverage. 2-0.
Throw cleanly into first, and that ends the inning. Angels leave 1. They still lead it, though, 10-5. And stepping in, Dylan Moore flew out last time up.
The second baseman, Dylan.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch.
っていうか、まだ投げ
Some
て。
action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. The 1-0 home. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1. Slow little grounder left side. He's got it. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Now batting.
1 away for Seattle now in inning number 7, and that'll bring in Ty France. Ground ball left side. Iglesias is there. Throw just does beat him to the bag, as that was pretty close. Ready now is Tom Murphy. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. And now the first pitch. High and deep to left. This one's got plenty of distance. Out of here into the visitors' bullpen. A solo shot here to left. 4th home run for him on the season as they've cut this deficit down to 4. Wow, 9 home runs. D-Rodan, when's the last time you saw a power performance like this from 2 competing teams?
Matty V, I can't ever recall 9 home runs in a game, D-Ro. This has been a case of bad pitching, good hitting, and guys getting pitches to hit and not missing them.
Yeah, Dan, we got to love on both offenses right now. I don't think if you paid the price of admission for a ticket in the last decade, you're seeing a combined 9 home runs hit.
Trout able to track it down for the 3rd out. 1 for the Mariners in the inning, and it comes on the strength of this solo home run. Get up and stretch. Home half of the 7th coming up. It's the Angels 10 and the Mariners 6. Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout. And to start out the inning, it looks like they've decided to stick with the same reliever out there, Dan.
They have, Matt. I think the way he pitched the last inning kind of inspired that. But it's not uncommon for relief pitchers to have troubles after they sit and watch their guys swing the bat a bit. We'll see if he stays as sharp as he was before.
Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Looked like he was going to wait him out, see if he was going to come over the heart of the plate. Well, newsflash, he is, and this hitter's going to adjust his batting gloves, and he better be ready in the box.
And there's 1 away. So here's the cleanup hitter, Anthony Rendon. 4th trip to the plate for him, and he's at risk of ending that nice hitting streak that he's put together.
Yeah, I know, Matty. It's been a really nice run for him, and hey, it's not over yet. You know he's as motivated as anybody to make something happen right here.
And he misses with it, 1-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he'll take a look at a strike on the inside corner. It's 1-2. And that one yanked just foul. Oh, and he can't catch up to the fastball as he swings and misses for the 2nd out.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
Into the box now, Kurt Suzuki. Oh, and this is hit high and deep out to left. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And he is into second base with a double, his third hit this afternoon.
Now batting.
Hey guys, I think the pitcher was just trying to steal a strike right there. I do not think he expected to get ambushed on an 0-0 get me over breaking ball. But that's exactly what happened.
Casey Sadler will come out and take the ball here as he'll be making his 15th appearance of the year. At the plate now, Jared Walsh. And a breaking ball backs him out of the way. 1-0 the count. He grounded out last time up. Big swing and a miss at the changeup, a ball and a strike.
You could tell by the hitter's balance after that swing that he's seeing the ball really good. His timing is right there, and I expect him to catch something clean.
Suzuki stands at second with 2 gone. And strike 3 called as he says, you got to be kidding me, with the side retired. 2-out double left stranded. Back with more of this Thursday afternoon business person special following the Alex Claudio has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
ようやく変わったか。
Sam Haggerty will be the first one to greet him as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here.
Sam Haggerty.
ああ、まあいっか左やけど。
Jake Fraley is going to be asked to get things going here as a lead off the top of the 8th.
スライダーカードはなしか。
First pitch on the way as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. As we near the end of this one, I think it's safe to say that the story of the game has undoubtedly been the long ball. Guys, what do you think about what we've witnessed?
Well, as a former offensive player, I absolutely love it. Kudos to both lineups for doing absolute damage today. One of the most fun watches of the year.
You know, D-Row, what this shows me is this new age way of guys going up there and they're swinging hard. You need to make good pitches, quality pitches. If you don't have command of the fastball, you're in for a long day. And we saw that here this afternoon, a ball flying out at near record pace.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes.
Oh.
This one's down to third.
抜ける。
And that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm, a base hit.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
So now to the plate, Kyle Lewis.
Oh.
And it's grounded just foul down the line. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. Comes set with the 0-1.
All you want is the leadoff man to get on to start a big inning, maybe get a big rally going to claw your way back into this ball game.
From the stretch.
Ah,
Swing and he pops him up. This is right out in front of the mound. Claudio will take it himself for the first out of the inning. So now to the plate, Shed Long Jr. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball. First delivery to him.
That's a ball. Ball 1, no strike.
The 1-0. High and deep to right center. Back goes Trout, still going back. And that one is
入
gone!
った。おお、入ったんや。なんや今。なんか変な感じやろ。
So it's a two-run shot to right center. 8th home run on the season for him as this lead has been sliced down to 2.
意外に伸びたか。
This has been a staggering
この
display
打
of
ちに
power
くい
hitting here
左か
today,
ら。
guys. I can't remember the last time I saw a performance like this. 10
なん
combined
か変
home
な打
runs.
球やろ。
Matty V, this is historic. 10 bombs in one game, D-Row? Are you kidding me?
It's so hard to hit a baseball, Dan. It's probably the hardest thing to do in all of sport. And for these teams to combine for 10 home
Sure,
runs
God.
between the two of them is really historic.
J.P. Crawford will get a shot here as a pinch hitter.
なんやかんや2点差まで来たな。
First pitch of the AB now, as he'll send a ground ball down to third.
これはかん。
And there are 2 away now. Raisel Iglesias enters the game in a save situation, but he'll be asked to get 4 outs here instead of the standard 3. Digging in now for the Mariners, Mitch Haniger grounded out in his last at-bat. Now here's the first offering. And here's a called strike at the knees. Don't think he liked that one too much, but it's 0-1. And now we see a right-hander up and throwing in the Angel bullpen. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control 0-2.
Borderline pitch right there. But as a low ball hitter, you can live with that as long as the umpire doesn't give him north as well.
ライトライ
Leaping
ト。
try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
もたつく間にセカンド。
And he obviously didn't let last night's hitless outing get to his head too much because that's his second hit of the ball game. This one, a double. I'm sure he's feeling a lot better about the way he's going right now.
代打代打。ああ、守られへんのか。
Stepping in now, Dylan Moore. And he's a bit tardy there on the first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. He's hitless in 3
まあ、よう
at-bats to
8
this
点取
point.
ったもんやな。
Changes
10
up
点
on
は
him
取ら
and
れ
it's
す
in
ぎ
the
や
dirt
け
for a
ど、
ball.
相手さんもひどいな。
Hit sharply on the
ショート
ground.
ゴロか。
Iglesias is up with it. Throwing
Oh,
the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run home run.
なんや
Home
かんや
half of the
10
8th
アン
coming
ダー
up.
か。
It's the Angels
一応打っ
10
てる
and
け
the
ど、やっぱピ
Mariners
ッ
8.
チャーやな。抑えんとさすがに。
Jake Fraley is the new center fielder after coming on as a pinch hitter during the last half inning. J.P. Crawford is the new shortstop as he stays in the game after entering as a pinch hitter. Now the first pitch.
For the Angels,
This
Oh,
is popped
shit.
up.
Justin
Crawford waits on it.
Upton.
1 away.
Up next
Striding in is Franklin Barreto. He bounced out last time up.
Barreto.
And this misses outside and a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes.
Nope.
いや
2-0.
Hey, you want to talk
Eh,
about being in the
kanji
zone?
ya
This guy's
kedo.
been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
入ってるんか
And。that is past him at first. It's a fair ball. And he'll pull into second with 1 away. Cutting it close here, but he comes through in the 8th to extend his hitting streak.
Yeah, and he was staring at his last at bat right there.
Daijoubu
Probably
ka.
his last at bat. Would have been tough to get him another AB in this one, but he's able to get it done.
Hey, better late than never. And I'm sure when he walked into that batter's box right there, he's thinking, this very well could be my last AB of this game. So
さあ、
if
抑
I'm
え
going
れ
to
る
keep this
か。
streak alive, going to have to do it right now.
A couple of RBIs for him already, and a chance for more here. 2-0 now. 2-1 now. Three and one.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters. So you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
On the ground, back up
Ko
the
れは
box,
入って
and
ま
it'll
うな。
get through into center field, a base hit. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to
い
score.
やー、追加点か。
Hey, Dero, that's a big RBI right there to stretch this lead to 3. Takes a lot of pressure off your pitcher going into the bottom part of the inning.
Yeah, Dan, no doubt. As an offense, all you're trying to do is put your pitchers in positions to be successful. Giving them that 3-run cushion has to make you feel good.
He's got 1 hit in 4 at-bats. And here's a foul ball just off to the right as they get ahead of him here, 0-2. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. Fowler, base runner at first with 1 out. A little bit off the outside, it's 1-2. Breaking ball misses the corner, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So you'd love for him to offer at that one, but the execution was flawless. Nice curveball that starts in the zone and breaks just out. Just a great take by the batter.
Tag, and they got him at third. What a throw.
Now batting.
かなり強引やな。
Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. And he falls behind 0-2. Angels shortstop behind in the count at 1-2 strikes.
He didn't look overly fooled right there because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2, but he certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
Throw on to first, gets him, and the side is retired. So 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Now to the plate here is Ty France. His lifetime numbers against Iglesias. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. 9th inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1.
まあ一応やっとくか。
Into his windup, here comes the 1-0.
よっと。
Timing just a tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. And there's ball 2 now.
これはボール。
2-2 now.
Now, this guy's got some of the nastiest stuff in the game, and it is absolutely no fun for an offense to try and piece together.
よっしゃ。
Sends it out to left
捉
field.
えた
Well
捉
hit.
えた。あ、
Gone
入った入った入った。
to lead off the inning.
2本目。
A solo shot here to left. 8th home run on the season for him as this lead has been sliced down to 2.
まず1点やな。完璧。
Mike Mayers,
あ、変えるん。
6'2" right-hander, jogs in to take over on the mound.
ねえ、スライダーカーブ。
Standing in now, Tom Murphy, as the first pitch misses high and inside for ball 1. He's got 2 hits in 4 at-bats. Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1. Mayers offers up perhaps one of the nastiest sliders around, and it won't be uncommon to see a lot of off-balance swings against it, and it'll be easy to see why once you see it come out of his hand. He's got a huge break on it.
It's a nice job by the offensive player right there to stay in there on that fastball. He wanted it back. You could tell he was frustrated. He swung through the pitch before.
Into the box, Evan White, as he takes a called strike on the black. It's 0-1. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. And that misses 1-1.
If you're on the mound right here, you got to trust your catcher and execute. You know who's coming up to the plate.
The 1-1. Lifted in the air out towards left center. On the move is Trout.
もう一伸びない。
He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Next, it'll be Jake Fraley. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
よし、
Back up the
取り寄
middle.
った。
He'll go to the bag for
な
one.
に
On to first, and he
ダ
rolls
ブ
the
ル
double
プレ
play
ーか。
ball to end it here as this ball game is over.
I expect this
い
series to be a
や
battle.
ー、最後
So to
ええ
take
当
the
たりや
first
っ
game
た
at
けど、
home is
ええとこお
definitely
っ
the
た
way you
な。
want to start it out.
打
Give
た
that
れす
home
ぎや
crowd
な、
a
ま
reason
ず。
to come back
まあ、
tomorrow
よう取
for
った
what
け
will
ど、
hopefully be another solid
さすがに
performance.
11点は
11-9
か。
is how this one ends. Los Angeles led this game from the third inning on and never wavered.
乱打戦
Dylan
やな。
Bundy earns win number 7 on the season. James Paxton struggled and gets the loss after giving up 6 earned. Mike Mayers wraps it up for the save, his first of the year. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
でもよう打ったな。最後も強烈やけど、あれ抜け取ったらまたおもろかったけど、とこ守ってるな。トラウトさん3打席連続やもんな。すごいな。これで連敗か。借金が12か。貯金が向こうさんが9か。うわ、広島強。16ゲーム。よいしょ。さあ、では。